would do anything for your friends.
I want lightning powers. Alright guys, so first off, there's 3 reasons why I wanted to do this build. Number 1, I want to shock people on a whim. Number 2, it's time to move on to some cooler projects. And number 3, all black anime characters have like lightning or fire abilities. There's like nothing in between. So I'm gonna have to build my own. So recently I've been rewatching My Hero Academia. I'm on like season 3 right now because I seen the new fights and stuff were coming out and I forgot how cool some people's quirks were. Bakugo is my favorite and I have a whole video dedicated to him coming out with his whole gauntlets and blowing stuff up. I started this project when I was a senior in high school. I was even training for it daily. But we're talking about Kaminari right now. His quirk is electrification. Denki Kaminari, quirk, electrification. He can discharge electricity and use it to attack or find enemies. What I really do enjoy about his power is that like he can't go over his wattage limit. He'll overload himself and fry his brain and literally just go stupid for the rest of the episode. Which I can relate to, let's be honest with you. Like I've shocked myself plenty of times.
This is my taser thing.
My legs!
I would say that's pretty stupid.
Denki Kaminari, electrification! When he goes over his wattage limit, his brain short circuits and he becomes a huge idiot for a while. Listen to him babbling!
So with that being said, allow me to show you how I built this device that will allow me to discharge electricity from my body whenever I'm ready. Let's get it! So first we'll talk about how the device works. If you open it up, inside is an ionizer. And that does exactly what it implies. It makes ions. An ion is basically just an atom with a lack of or excess of electrons. When a neutral atom gains electrons, it becomes an anion or a negative. But when it loses electrons, it becomes a cation or a positive. You can remember that by cats being positive. Basically, our ionizer has the ability to make and control whether it becomes a negative or a positive. It's a real-life master manipulator of ions. But anyways, let me show you how you can turn this into a way that you can control electricity, just like Kaminari.
1.3 million volts!
This is the ionizer I decided to use. I found it on eBay for around $4. It took like 3 weeks to come in, and honestly, I was kind of pissed. But I was very excited when it did come in because I've been wanting to do this build for a little while now. I seen a tutorial on how to make these when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, maybe 10. But all I did for the first step was remove the casing and the USB. Then it's time for me to pick a battery pack. 8-pack, 4-pack, 6-pack, 2-pack. I don't have a 3, that's what we need. We're going to short circuit it so that we don't need all 3 batteries. If you look, there's a connection point from here that goes to here. That goes underneath here to this side. From this side, the battery comes up to here, comes down to here, to here. Now for the 4th one, so we don't collect that extra voltage, I'm gonna just put a wire here. And that will give us the voltage we need. We got some wire. I don't know what gauge it is, but I'm sure if I read it, I could know. I'm not gonna do all that. Honestly, this was an easy process. It just included stripping the wire and then twisting it up so it would fit through this little hole. And then I just soldered it in. Now it's time to insert all 3 batteries and check the voltage. I'm using a tool called a multimeter, which is good for checking values like voltage, amps, and resistance. I went through 3 pairs of calipers in the last month, so I didn't have any measuring tool. I'm using a tape measure to take measurements down of all the electric components in the circuit. I 3D printed these little cases so I don't waste plastic and I know exactly what sizes fit for when I make the full box. Well, speak of the devil. So first this is the base piece and then here's the top piece. This piece got to be cleaned out from the inside because it has a lot of support material. This piece goes inside of that top piece. Right now I'm adding in the on and off switch, and what that does is it turns the device on and off. And this part is where I surprise you guys. After I added in the battery pack, I set up the circuit and I fucked it up. I didn't read the amps on the device and I basically fried it.
What I did is I just bit the bullet and bought a more expensive but also more powerful ionizer off of Amazon. It only took 2 days compared to the 3 weeks that I would have had to wait.
This is my favorite tool because it looks like it has a flat top and it vibrates. Don't tell my dad that.
Instead of making a whole nother box, I can just cut out some parts and make the hole bigger so that way I could fit in the new electronics. Because all the electronic components are going to be inside the box, we're going to need some electrodes to attach to our body to make the device work.
I'm a girl.
Sanding down the electrodes is an important step because there's a plastic coating that will stop the electron flow if it's not. To connect the wires to the electrode, I'm using a Dremel and a small drill bit. This will make 2 small holes so I can pass the wire through. Add some solder for some strength. I didn't want you guys to see me butt booty naked, so I passed the wire through my pants off screen. I did some clipping to get ready to hook up the electrodes. So after hooking up my 9-volt, I did a little bit of soldering and I did a little bit of hot glue on top of that solder because I didn't have any more heat shrink to seal it up. I ain't gonna lie, y'all might as well call me 5-minute DIY craft because I'm using hot glue to put in this ionizer too. I can now fit all the parts in there. To make the device more portable, I'm taking the clip off this tape measure and adding it on the device. That way I can just clip it onto my belt after I put everything through my pants again. I'm very good at that part. So what, I use hot glue for everything. Don't let that bother you. Here I show that it just clips onto my belt and it works perfectly. I unclip the wires so that they're not hooked up, but they'll get hooked up back on in a second. Don't worry, everything's working. But I'm sure you guys want to see what this device actually does now, huh? Let's go. Underneath this metal plate is a negative electrode. And to simulate ions, we have ground pepper. The plate that the pepper is sitting on is a negative, which are making these particles anions if they actually were ions. And because my hand is positively charged, I am the anion. And to balance themselves out or make themselves neutral again, the negative will try to reach the positive in any means possible, even if it means defying gravity and coming up to my hand to lose those electrons.
That's awesome, look. It's like those nanites from Big Hero 6. I could like build it up.
Usually I have this attached to my leg. I'm using Saka's boomerang for now as a conduit. There's this electrode on my leg. But I got it attached to my arm for now. And usually the ground piece is on the floor so I can shock anything. But for right now, I just have it on the table for demonstration purposes because I don't want to hook the whole thing up, to be honest with you. So I'm going to turn it on. And as you see, nothing is touched, so you can touch me right now. Nothing's going to happen. You're good. See? Now place your hand here.
No!
Just touch it.
No, it shocked me!
That's because I'm sitting on the thing. You're good. It's not going to shock you again. See? You're good. Right. Look.
Stop! Stop!
Alright. So how would you rate that on a scale of 1 to 10 pain-wise?
Like a 3.
A 3? Mm-hmm. See, it's not that bad, guys.
It is that bad.
Do it one more time.
I don't like this.
If I spread my hand out, it distributes the points, so it doesn't hurt as bad. Wait, I'm gonna turn off the light and see if there's any sparks. I don't think so, because... Is there anything? Mm-hmm.
Like and subscribe, human.
And then I can do it with the hand that's also not connected.
All right, guys, thank you for getting to the end. I just got a few things to say. One, we're going back to one video weekly. I haven't posted in 2 weeks. In my last video, I said one video weekly. And it's been 2 weeks, so. Also, another thing. Don't do this if you don't know what you're doing. This isn't a tutorial. This was more of just like a demonstration of something cool that I seen on the internet a long time ago. Don't do this. I'm not a professional. I'm not trying to have you guys copy anything that I'm doing here. So just take this as a video for entertainment. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. We got some more awesome content coming out, so make sure you subscribe. Peace out.